Guys, let's wait till some more people stream in. Today's live AMA will be about Bitcoin against full control. I want to see the difference between Bitcoin and full control. We're going to talk about it. But there's no viewers, so I want to wait till there's more viewers and then continue the live, guys. Let's see if people come streaming in. Um, Let me know if the sound is okay. I will sit down somewhere so the image will become stable. It's a little bit shaky at the moment. Good morning, Grumpy. It's shaky because it is like I'm walking, but you can see the skies are very blue in Portugal. And again, this video is going to be about full control and Bitcoin. As I read some really cool news articles this week, and oh my god, I'm going like really shit. Like, how the fuck can Dutch people even speak about monitoring every transaction above $100? That is something I really want to talk with you guys about. Why do people like to be monitored? And especially when it comes to money. So I'm going to walk there. There's a beautiful place in between the trees, and there I can walk without having a shaky camera like that. And there, guys, we will go and talk a little bit about this, about the Bitcoin price, of course, about anything else you ask, because it's a live, it's an AMA. You can ask me anything you want, but probably I would love to have the focus. Not probably. I would like. I would like to have the focus on a fucking retarded system of full control. 100 euros. Did you read the news, guys? Let me know if you read the news. If you read the news, give it a thumbs up already. Did you read the news that in the Netherlands they want to impose a database? They want to create a database, and every transaction bigger than 100 euros is going to be put in that database, and everybody will be like monitored. Who is spending what and how much are they spending? Let me know what your thoughts are about that, because that is what I want to talk about. I find a beautiful spot there. The bench is straight, so it's good to sit and talk in a beautiful environment in the forest, between the forest elves. Let's see, who is over here? Like, who is here? Who's here? Good morning, Grumpy. Good morning, Pepe Cow. Loving DeFi, perfect. Good morning, BB Art Design. Good morning, Crypto King. And Yolanda Elstra, good morning. Carl Heek, good morning. Pepe Cow, already Bitcoin Bushy. Brigitte, and that's all. Big Brother is watching you. Yes, look, here in the forest, Big Brother is not watching me, but let's see. This is a beautiful spot, I think. No, the sun is in my face. I think this is better. It's all terrible. Here. Yes. Beautiful. Up. Look. Stable. Camera. Let's get it on. It is a beautiful walk here in nature. The beautiful nature is behind my house. So it's in Lagos. Lagos, you have a beach called Meia Praia. That's also where the Bam Bam Beach Bar is. And behind Meia Praia, you have a row with houses. And then you have this huge forest with, how do you call this? Like the tree climbing stuff and everything. And there's paintball. And it's called Adventure Park Lagos. It's like a 1-minute walk from my house. I never used the Adventure Park, sadly. Oh, guys, 33 viewers already. We need to have way more. Sorry for this time again. You know, it's like I'm so unstructured at the moment. I'm in a phase of ending the Portugal period for some time. So it always takes me a lot of work, and that's why I haven't been on camera for daily. So sorry for that, but yeah, that's just how it is, man. And if you follow my channel, it's not like spot 9 o'clock in the morning a video. It's like whenever I have the time to do it. But we are going to go to Thailand again. That's the family news that I will share with you guys. The bar will be still open for another 2, 3, 4 weeks, depending on the weather. Mainly the weekends and the sunny days like today. Today will be an open day because we see like the amount of people visiting the bar dropping tremendously. in the low season now. So it was a success, but we will do another video on that as well. We will go to Thailand mid-November, and of course there again will be some other cool adventures that we run into. It always happens when you go with the flow. Now, Mark Jewell, 28% on crypto sale within 1 year proposed. It's in Portugal. If you hold on 1 more year. That is the proposal, Mark Jewell. The proposal doesn't mean that there's agreed on yet. This proposal was already done last year, and then like 80% of the government voted against. Let's see. The proposal needs to be officially handed in, and then there needs to be voted by the government, and then we will see. And if it is like that, again, they would be destroying every dream of a Portuguese people, because that proposal will always kill the Portuguese people itself. It will never kill Bitcoiners like me or you or any other European passport holder that lives in Portugal with these Bitcoins. And that's why I told the newspaper, I think the news article is coming out tomorrow in one of the bigger newspapers. It's called Espresso in Portugal. I did an interview with them. There's going to be a news article where I state, and I hope that they really quoted me, because you never know, that like you are making your Portuguese people poor, not me. Like, Portuguese people buy through Portuguese bank accounts, and by buying through Portuguese bank accounts, they automatically show that they bought Bitcoin. My Bitcoins are older than 1 year. Plus, the Bitcoin that I buy, I would never buy with a Portuguese bank account, as I don't have one, and I would never buy at a Portuguese exchange, as I don't want that. So it would be an international exchange that is non-KYC, so they can't track those Bitcoins down. So it's very difficult for them to impose taxes on people like me. But it's very simple for them to impose taxes on people from Portugal, and that's why I say it's a stupid rule, and they should really think about this. But my opinion. Now, the whole stream I intended to do about that power grab that they are doing all over the world. And last year we already saw what happened. They did something that we never believed that would ever happen. They put sort of control on us because of QR codes and vaccinations, and because of that we were not able to visit bars or restaurants, and some of you were and some of you weren't. But it just showed, it doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not for me, but it showed the power of the governments. It showed what they could do, and it showed also the fear of the people. And the fear of the people was that big that most of the people chose to be monitored and to run around with an iPhone with a QR code on, and they felt really pretty happy with that. And I think that's a step that governments always have been trying to do, and maybe that's also why the video is only having 36 viewers. Maybe even YouTube is blocking this shit. But that is now the second step that they are going to do, and that is like monetary control. And that monetary control is very obvious. They don't even hide it. They just publish it publicly in newspapers. Every transaction above 100 euro they want to monitor, and they want to create a big database to show what is bought by people. And I can see already in the future people that are dependent on government incomes, like jobless people and all that stuff. They will be monitored very thoroughly to see if they really deserve to receive that money of the government. Are they not spending it too much strange things? Are they not buying strange stuff that's more expensive than 100 euro? And all that stuff, you just see it happening. You just read the news articles, like bakers, butchers, all quitting and closing their shops because of too much electricity problems. Last year, a lot of businesses closed doors. So year after year after year, businesses are closing doors because they just can't make it anymore. At the end, they will be forced to depend on government income or whatever, And then the trick, of course, of those governments is to control what they do with that money. So that's what I see happening. I don't like it. That's why I choose Bitcoin, no control. That's for me. Again, coming back to the flexibility is the new stability. Good morning, Sunny D from North Carolina. For me, it's just all about being flexible at the moment. We don't know where everything is going in this world, so why not just stay flexible? Why just don't own anything, travel light, and go to those countries where you feel happy and where you surround yourself with people that have the same mindset and that don't want to be monitored or locked down or etc. So that's all my things about that. Just yeah, that's what it is. People will get used to the central bank's digital currency and they will be forced to use it, and then the cash will slowly disappear in Europe and other Western countries because you happily live with a beautiful central bank's digital currency. That is then, of course, connected to that database where you spend more than 100 euros. And if you spend too much and use too much COT and all CO2 and all that stuff, yeah, they will do crazy stuff. But yeah, no, that's in my opinion, okay, yeah. Monero is also good, guys. People are always making these assumptions that like that one is better, that one is better, that one is worse, that one, like they are all good. You know which is worse? Your bank account. That is bad. Like Monero is doing their best to kill privacy. Bitcoin is doing their best to keep privacy. Litecoin. There are so many currencies. They are all doing a kick-ass job in getting the community involved into cryptocurrency, but you still don't get it. The worst thing and the worst currency there is in the fucking world is your fiat. Is your fiat. Your bank accounts. I know for sure that all of you that here are chatting now with me, you have bank accounts. There's euros on it. That is the most fucked up currency, guys. Like, no tokenomics, nothing backing it, and printed out of thin air. There's not even a white paper. There's not even the one pager. There's nothing. And you keep trust in that. How can you still talk about shit coins or that one is better than that if you still have main of your capital in a currency that doesn't have any tokenomics and is really destroying the whole world? As long as you keep supporting these industries, centralized industries, by using their currency, as long as you do that, they keep controlling you. The moment you withdraw all of your capital out of that system and put it in our system, our beautiful designed freedom system, then we grab control back. And if we don't do that, we lose control bit by bit. Very cool to say it like that, bit by bit, more and more and more. And that's what we see. You stay believing in fiat, and at that moment you stay believing it, they will take control. And now they are starting to take control with that 100 euro rule. And at 100 euro rule, it will go down to the 50 euro rule, and then to the 10 euro rule. And at the end, you know, it's all control, control, control. And that's why you should escape that control system, in my opinion, with the biggest part of your capital. And if it's up to me, it's the whole capital into Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, Monero, whatever you want. Do it. Dash. I don't care which currencies you like. I just care about that you're not in fiat. Let's say it like that. Okay. Good morning, Miguel. Good morning. More. Yes, they should. They should. They should all adapt Bitcoin. And slowly, in Portugal, for example, we can see more adoption in Bitcoin. So more and more stores are accepting Bitcoin, and you know you can buy a car here with Bitcoin. You can buy houses here with Bitcoin. Can go and buy a beer with Bitcoin. You can buy food for Bitcoin. You can do cool stuff like this adventure park or sailing with Bitcoin. So all of that stuff is already possible with Bitcoin. So it's growing, you know, but it needs a few people to push the adoption, you know. Here in Lagos, I am mainly pushing the adoption, but because I started to push the adoption, more and more people are helping me now. And that is a very good step. And then when I go now to Thailand, I hope these people that are here now and that formed the Bitcoin community keep pushing, keep convincing people. Go there and ask, why can't I buy a coffee with Bitcoin, you know? And the moment the community starts to do that on a daily basis, it's just one question: could I pay with Bitcoin? You already mention Bitcoin to them, so they will think, why is everybody wanting to pay with Bitcoin? The more people come into that shop daily, like, can we pay with Bitcoin? At the end, this guy will say at the end of the day, you know, today 7 people came into my shop, they all want to pay with Bitcoin. Maybe I should start to accept Bitcoin. And then the day after, when you go there again and you ask, come on, man, let me pay with Bitcoin, he will be like, can you educate me? Because, you know, so many people ask it, educate me. So I think it's up to community, up to us. The biggest issue will be on-ramping for Bitcoin. The more shops accept Bitcoin, the less on-ramp becomes an issue. Yes, there is a few things that are happening at the moment, and I know one project is being tested at the moment that is going to connect. That's going to create a huge database of companies, retailers that accept Bitcoins, but where you in the future also will be able to do small OTC deals of up to $500 or something. So which means that every store that accepts Bitcoin also becomes an OTC desk, and the moment that that will catch on, you will create a worldwide OTC desk of small retailers and shops, and I think that could be again a power grab by the people in all the regulations of the on and off ramps. Again, that's also power. They want to have control. They want to know who's buying Bitcoin, how much Bitcoin you're buying. Yeah, fuck them. I don't care about them. It's our new system. We don't need to build it on their laws, on their demands. It's our demands. We are taking control. So the Bitcoin community should understand that. But sadly, most people are really in this industry to make a shitload of money. Now, let's be honest. Today we have from FOMC. Yeah, there's today 75, 50, 50 base points. Chris, what I am thinking lately is we already saw now 5 of these meetings, and Bitcoin is still stable. So everybody is focused on these meetings and the base points, but every time there is something, nothing happens to Bitcoin. We go 10,000, we go 1,000 up, or we go 1,000 down, but we stay around the 20K level. So I don't see why these base points will keep having influence on Bitcoin if it still doesn't have influence. So yes, I believe that people are searching for reasons why Bitcoin should go to 15 and 12K, or but till now, every single of those meetings made a small volatility, but Bitcoin came back. So I don't think that's going to be a huge problem for Bitcoin. But let's see. Some people, I think, are really still believing in Bitcoin being connected to the stock market. And of course, we can see capital at the moment that you get more professional capital, like institutional investment capital, into Bitcoin industry. Yes, they will spread their risk, and yes, they will take it off the market when they feel it's too risky, and they will put it on the market. But it is you and me that need to make sure that the biggest part that is holding Bitcoin is you and me. Not the institutions, not the institutional investors, not those huge exchanges that, that, for example, don't mind about regulations and KYC. There was a huge discussion last week between a real Bitcoiner and a CEO of an exchange. I am on the page of the real Bitcoiner. I don't need their regulations. Their own fucking system is not regulated at all. Are they transparent? Do they show us how much money is printed, where the money is flowing, what they are doing with it? They don't show us shit. So why should Bitcoin be? I think that the regulations on Bitcoin are already bigger than the regulations that have ever been on fiat currency. Why is this? Why is this? Baba Bitcoin, let's meet up where you're free. I don't know where you are. You're heading to Lagos. The 6th. I will still be there the 6th. We are leaving, I think, the 13th or something like that. So we'll see you here. Is there any news about the blockchain village? Yes, the news is that the woman that I'm connected to is coming back from some travels this week, and then we will do an update. The person that owns the land is still willing to work with us. They are doing some research about one part of the land. There is a claim on one part of the land because it was sold, but the people never paid, so that claim needs to be gone before I will do anything with that land. There's a lot of demand. I've been speaking to people that are building domes. I've been speaking to people that build tiny houses. I've been speaking to people that do the agricultural design of an eco-village. So there is a huge community forming, and we just need to get the land and then just start. And also there, I'm gonna say up front, I'm not gonna be the one that is gonna build there every day because I just don't have the time. I want to make sure the land is there. I want to make sure we have all the agreements set, and then I want to make sure that the community starts to build. I don't want to be the boss. It needs to be a decentralized effort. We all need to decide where will be the wooden constructions, where will be the dome construction, where will be the event space, where will be. This is like it should be a decentralized effort of creating a beautiful co-living community that is not in control by one person like me. I'm just here to talk about it. I'm just here to make sure that we get the land. I'm just here to guide wherever we can be guided in some stuff. And when I'm here, I will definitely try to build. But my hands are like this when it comes to a hammer and a saw. So maybe I should focus a little bit more on the online stuff because else it would be like not that nice houses. Good day, Antwerpen shops and extra Bitcoin. What app system use for them? There's many things you can do. Skipper LS. If they want to do the official way, you can hook them up with, for example, in the Netherlands. You have Bitkassa. That's a company that is guiding Dutch companies to accept Bitcoin. But there's also international ones like CryptoPay and all of these. The moment they integrate it, they can even integrate it into the POS systems and all of that stuff. It just the most important step is to make them aware that they could accept Bitcoin. And the moment you make them aware by many people asking them, can I pay with Bitcoin? They will go and search for it. And then people will tell them, yeah, it's feeless. You don't need to pay transaction fees like Visa or MasterCard. So you keep more profit, And all of these positive things about Bitcoin, you just tell them, and then they will do their own research as well. And then you just tell them, oh, maybe, Bitkassa is also Lightning Network. You can also just tell them to install a wallet, and just create like peer-to-peer invoices every time. You don't even need a third party, but a third party makes it possible to integrate it into a POS system, or or for example to be able, like me, to load it on any mobile device as an internet page. So there is a user interface created by that third party. For my website, I'm using cryptopayments.net, really cool provider. You can also use that in your store. There are so many possibilities, but people should also should do a little bit of research. It's just that you dropped the first question, and it's like you're on the beach, and you're sitting there on your chair watching the sunset, and then 10 people, one by one, they come by and they're like, hey, do you know where the location of that party is? And then another one comes, hey, do you know where the location of the party is? After 10 people ask you for the location of the party, you're thinking, oh shit, there's a party tonight. Well, I should figure out where it is and just check it. So that's the same with Bitcoin. If you get 10 people daily in your shop that want to buy an ice cream with Bitcoin, believe me, that shop owner will think like, I need to do some research because I'm missing maybe revenue. People want to pay with it, so why don't I accept it? That's how it works. Hi, Lee Rushton. Trust the plan. I am nobody. Okay, that's cool. Nothing. That's also nice. Okay. Do we have any other stuff? What do I find of decentralized media like Facebook, Twitter? They should be completely decentralized. Of course, they aren't. They are monitoring everything you say, everything you post. I just had a visit, I think a week ago, by a guy that was working for TikTok. He was one of the guys that was checking all the videos that were posted and allowing it or not allowed to be posted, or take them away. And I had a very good conversation with him, like more like a discussion, because I'm like, that's not freedom of speech, and so I can't make every video I want and put it on TikTok. And he's like, no, that's not possible because then you will get fired. I'm like, but what is then? Why is it called social media? It should be our media. We should be able to produce and share what we think that we want to share, because that's why it's social media. It's mass media that filters all the shit, and that's what they do. But we, as social media, should be able to share whatever we think. And he said, no, it's not possible. And we had a good conversation about it, but also like, I didn't agree with him. He didn't agree with me, of course, because what would happen to racism, child trafficking, and all that stuff? I'm like, do you really believe that if people make videos about like racism or child trafficking or whatever, that like 90% of the humanity wants to view those videos? Those accounts will never grow because people don't want to see that shit. But you need to let that free. Let us decide we want to see or not want to see. Now you're deciding on what I can see or not can see, and that feels very like restricted, and I don't want to be restricted. So I'm looking into Rumble at the moment. All my videos are being posted on Rumble as well. All my videos also are posted on Library. So I'm posting on YouTube, Rumble, Library. The cool stuff that I saw now on Rumble, I can use music on the background and everything, and I can speak maybe a little bit more freely without being banned. But the viewers are not that big yet as YouTube, you know. So I need to grow my public there as well. Okay. Christendom, defender. Okay. Yep, that's gone because we are getting sick of your strange messages. I need to understand Lightning Network. Opening a channel is like withdraw cash from an ATM, closing the channel, deposit cash to a bank. Something like that. It's 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 kind of just a Bitcoin transaction at a second layer that has way more speed. It has like 40 million transactions per second. So imagine the same what you do like with Visa card or MasterCard, which is a little bit faster than your bank accounts if you send money worldwide. Not a good comparison, but for me, people need to understand it's a second layer application. So your Bitcoins need to be in another layer, so you convert your real Bitcoins into Bitcoins on the Lightning Network. So don't do that with a too big amount because the Lightning Network has not been proven to be the safest yet. It is completely safe, but you know it needs to build up history to be proving that it's always stable, always safe. So from your normal Bitcoin wallet, you do like 50 euros in your Lightning wallet, and that one you use just for your daily payment. So how I treat it is, my Bitcoin wallet is my savings account, like my HODL account, and from that hardcore Bitcoin wallet, I set 50 euros, for example, in my Lightning wallet. And the Lightning wallet is like my physical wallet that I have on my pocket now with cash, for example. So if you lose that, you just lose that 50 euros. You can also lose your wallet in the physical world, and you lose your 50 euros or your cards that is in it. So that's how I treat it. More like my small cash and my big stack. So I don't have any fiat to number 4 who's asking that because I don't have bank accounts. We do have some cash, but that's not too much because we always travel, so that's less than 10,000 US dollar. I do have a lot of stable currencies, so never fiat but stable coins. So I have USDT, USDC, I have DAI, so BUSD also. So these stable coins. I think at the moment, let me see, yeah, maybe 50 to 100k that I have in stable coins, something like that, and that is there to buy the dip. The rest I'm already all in already because I'm still on the page that we already saw the bottom, 16,700, 17,600, sorry, was the bottom for me. So I have been buying everything I have into Bitcoin already. So for me, there is nothing left. I'm selling a car at the moment. That car is being sold for Bitcoin. If that car is going to be sold for cash, yeah, it's going to be converted into Bitcoin as well. So yeah, for me, I'm already all in because I don't believe in that huge crash to 15 and 12k. And if it happens, I can still feel okay by that. Can I say it like that? Because for me, the base capital is Bitcoin, and the secondary capitals are all the capitals that I need to spend in daily life. Bitcoin is my hodl. I know in average it will always grow. Like if we look in average 104% the last 12 years. So even if it only grows 50% a year, I'm already happy. Even if it grows 30% a year, I'm also happy. So that's my base capital. And sometimes I will withdraw some Bitcoins into Thai baht if I need to pay with Thai baht, or into euros if I need to pay with euros. You know, so the thing that I do different probably than most of you is that I treat Bitcoin as my base, because I don't feel connected to the Netherlands or any other European country where I should be using euro at the base. I don't feel connected to the United States, where I feel that dollar is my base, or to Switzerland, where the Swiss franc is their base. My base is Bitcoin. I live a decentralized nomad life, full all in into cryptocurrencies, where Bitcoin is my base, and I will only use to convert it to other currencies when I need to. So I think that's a different part. Yeah, stable coins are awesome. Yes, I'm always transparent. I always transparent. So I am always transparent, and the amount of stable coins that we have, that so that you know that as well. That comes in because of for example, referral links now and then. Bybit. We earn some income. No, I don't earn anything with this YouTubing, so I should be earning something for sharing all my time with you guys. And the model that we create is like, for example, I trade on Bybit myself. I have all my products built on Bybit. So yes, I'm very positive on Bybit. And when I sign up people to Bybit, I get a very tiny amount from Bybit for doing that, and sometimes that's paid in US dollar tether or in Bitcoin, depends what you're trading on Bybit. So that's a model that we influencers, of course, use to be incentivized for all the time that we spend in educating you and all that stuff. Because YouTube is not like, that's like shit money, that's like nothing. We are not making anything over there. And yeah, people always like tend to say, yeah, you're a scammer, you're a Bybit chiller, you're this, you're that, you're that. It's not how it works, guys. It's not how it works. It's like if you work at a company and you talk about that company like daily during your Bugatti Cola, hey, are you chilling your company? What do you like? At least I earn something back aside of a salary. Bybit is still non-KYC. Yes, up to 2 Bitcoins a day. So if you want to withdraw more than 2 Bitcoins a day, then you need to do KYC on Bybit. If you want to withdraw less than 2 Bitcoins a day, which I think most people will, there is no KYC. Also, I'm always looking into these new opportunities, and there is now something really cool. The links are down below my video. The other videos, this one still needs to be posted. It will be down below the video at the end as well. It's a cool exchange. It's called Apex, and you go to the link that's called pro.apex, blah 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 blah. That exchange is going to be a completely decentralized exchange where you will be trading from your own wallet like Uniswap, but then you can use leverage. So it is DeFi like Uniswap, but with leverage. And I think that one is going to be a very important one in the next bull run. I think it's going to be pushing the next bull run, these decentralized leverage exchanges. So I would take a look at that if I was you. Albufeira, that's a beautiful Albufeira. Yes, non-KYC. Can you post the links down below the wallet you use? Yes, I will post the links down below as well about the wallet that I used to pay. Where can be the top of the next bull run? That's a very good question. We are losing a little bit my subject. It need to be like hardcore fuck control. Okay, I will just do the AMA again. The top of the next bull run. If we look at the previous bull runs and the regression of the pump into the previous bull runs, we can see that every bull run is a little bit less spicy, less going up in a big time. Let's like say that my English is really bad sometimes. Okay, sorry for that. But if we follow the previous bull runs, then the minimum that we should go is times 4. Times 4.3, times 4.4, like between 4 and 5. So that would mean that the bottom would be 17,600, in my opinion, let's say 18,000. So the minimum that we would be reaching is around 70K, 68K, 70K. If we get a blow off top, then we could go higher, then we can go times 7, for example, and that would be 7, that would be like 110, 120K. So this is if we just follow the structure that we have been following, and then we have a little bit less power in pumping because, because Bitcoin community is changing from emotional emotional attached traders like you and me to institutional investors, and that's why it becomes less volatile. So that's why it is, and so I believe that we will be going above 100k easily, because we missed the 100k this year. I think next time we will be pushing for it collectively as a community, so that everybody wants to break that 100k level once. So I believe that we will go between 100 and 120k in normal cycle, and if it will be a super cycle like the fifth wave that needs to show the real power, and then we could go to 300k. But let's see where the bottom is. If the bottom is in, then the result will be higher. If the bottom is not in, then the result could be lower. If you look at the big time frame, the cool part is that if you look at the first Bitcoin bull run, it was a single top. The second Bitcoin bull run was a double top. The third Bitcoin bull run was a single top. So then the fourth Bitcoin bull run was a double top now. So maybe the fifth again will be a single top. Just check it. The first one was single, double, single, double. Like 2017, that was a single top. Now 2021, that was a double top. Maybe the next one again will be a single top, like a huge blow off top. You know? Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to do the best content out there, of course, but I also want to improve my English skill, like a cup of tea. Do you want to drink a cup of tea, motherfucker? Oh no, you don't say motherfucker in English. Yeah, that's like not allowed even. Sorry. The volume the last month is pretty high. Yes, that's, I think, because you can see that more and more institutional investors are joining the Bitcoin force. Sadly, they are also taking over the Bitcoin ecosystem in a way, like they share their opinion publicly, and people tend to believe the suits. Um, I still don't understand why people believe suits. Yeah, the suits are the people that just get up every morning, look in their closet, pull out a suit, go drink a coffee, go to their job, walk in a building all day long. They walk in a building all day long, look at computers, shout at people, all that stuff. Then come home at 5, 6 for dinner, maybe have time to do sports and go to bed again and sleep. And these people are the institutional investors that have the trust of all humans. Yes, they are very successful in running around in a building. Now, I would not put my trust in suits. My trust is not in suits. My trust is in people that really show a freedom lifestyle and that lead by example, by showing that they don't need to run around in a suit to pretend to be someone else that they don't are, you know? They are not themselves. Do you really think that every day they want to wear those fucking shoes that hurt, the fucking socks, a suit, to what? To show that they are better? If you need that, you need not financial advice. You need a psychiatrist, a shrink. Fuck it. You need something like that. People that want to disguise, like it's like a superhero in a suit. Yes, now I have superpowers. I don't like those people, man. It's like, just take care of yourself. You have a mind, and that mind is very beautiful, and you just take control of your mind, of those two voices that always say yes and no. You take control of it, you zoom out, you look at the two voices, like you are not that voice, somebody is speaking yes or no, and you just observe it. And then when you observe it, you start to think about it, and you think like, okay, which one now will be okay, which one will be not okay, and you go with your gut feeling, and that is what you follow. You don't follow suits. Fools will drive you into slavery of the government again and again and again and again. So my opinion may be a little bit far-fetched, but that's what I think. Ah, that never come back. Yeah, that's you know what it is. That's the only positive, the only positive part of the Fed and the European Bank. They keep printing. So all the money that disappeared is being printed again and again and again. So that money will flow in back always. The cycle is 4 years, and in those 4 years, people will be educated again and again by me, by other Bitcoiners about Bitcoin. And in these 4 years, now there's not, we already are in the bear market for a year. In the next 2 years or 1 year, whatever it will be, people will be drawn into Bitcoin's live prices, and they will be like, okay, maybe I should take a look at it. And there will be new blood streaming in, old blood educating them, and then bam, again, a shitload of money is streaming in because they get it from the government. Maybe if they print a little bit more, I don't know. Good morning, Mira. Welcome. I'm already like 40 minutes in the stream, so there's a lot of catching up to do. Um, yeah, that's true. They will not collapse, and they will introduce the central bank's digital currency, and which is not bad. Let them do it. It's finally admitting that the evolution of technology that we already discovered in 2013 is the technology that governments also need to use. So that's a good step over there for them to create a central bank's digital currency. For you, again, it is very important to understand and educate your family that it's the most centralized form of currency that will have ever been existing, which means they will have even more control on you than you have now with your fiat money. So people need to understand the difference between central banks, digital currency, and Bitcoin. And the more mass adoption we create in Bitcoin, the more people will be able to start believing in Bitcoin because they know, okay, I can really use it as a currency, I can use it as a store of value, I can use it in many other ways as well. So let's go for Bitcoin. Let's be our own bank, and that's what most people seem to forget. A lot of you, a lot of the community members love to scream, "Be your own bank, be your own bank," but I don't think that they even understand what they're saying. Because if you say be your own bank, what you mean is you could be your own bank. Whatever a bank has done for you in the past, you can do for yourself at the moment. You can be your own bank. You don't need a bank to protect your capital. You don't need a bank to get interest. You don't even get interest. You have negative interest in some countries of the world. You don't need a bank to get a mortgage. You don't need the bank for all those steps anymore. You can be your own bank because of Bitcoin, because of blockchain, because of many other projects that are being built on different blockchains. We can be our own bank. My algorithm trading makes me 3.5% a month. I earn 3.5% a month. My bank, the old building with air conditioners and computers and people working, couldn't even make 6% a year. At the moment, not 1% a year. In my algorithm, I make 3.5% a month. That's like 45% a year almost. So I am my own bank. I have my own capital working for me. I don't need you to invest my capital in some kind of fucked up mixed fund that only will make you guys richer. We are our own banks. We can do all that stuff, and we just need to educate ourselves because when you're your own bank, you only also have your own responsibility. You need to be less lazy. If you're lazy, give your money to the bank and they will make it disappear for you. If you're not lazy, invest some time in all these beautiful projects that are there that make it possible for you to get a return on investment on a monthly, yearly basis. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are building a complete new industry that is there for you to use. Not just shout, be your own bank, or write it in Twitter, be your own bank. No, be your own bank. It is about to be or not to be. Be your own bank. Live the Bitcoin standard to the fullest. It is possible. I had an interview yesterday again with a podcast show. They're like, yeah, but. A but is what I look at in the beach. I look at all the buts. It's beautiful to look at all the buts, especially when it's long. But there is no but. My family and I have been living this life now for 6 years, full all in Bitcoin without bank accounts. What the but is there? The but. There is no but. We are leading by example. We have been proven that even with 3 kids, they're able to live without bank accounts and just be Bitcoiner. We are living the Bitcoin standard. I know that there is a lot of crypto influencers that shout they live the Bitcoin standard, but they are not living it because I know they have bank accounts. I know they diversify their capital into gold, silver, all stuff. And I even agree with them. Do it. Be happy like that. But if there's one thing that they cannot tell me at the moment is that we as a family have not shown by now that it is possible to live bankless worldwide in a decentralized way. So I don't want to hear butt anymore. I just want to see butts and drink butt beer. I love butts as well, but not those butts. Be not a butt life. Be I go for it life. Just go for it. I sound now like a mental tutor, which I'm not, of course. To start paying wage in Bitcoin. Thank you, Master Mary, for doing that, because that is what we should do as well. Ask your employer, why am I not paid in Bitcoin? 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 Why are you paying me in euros? Why do you do that? Do you know that if you pay me in euros, I have inflation, I have no buying power left because you pay me in euros? You should be paying me in bitcoins, and maybe more and more employers will be paying you in bitcoins. Swipes, yes, 6 years ago it was pretty hard. That at that time we were really having difficulties with spending bitcoins, even difficulties with OTC. But the positive part 6 years ago was that localbitcoins.com, for example, was still a non-KYC, non-regulated platform. So you could meet and transact Bitcoin into cash wherever you wanted without any fear of a centralized institution to check you up. And now, of course, local Bitcoins is also like KYC, and there's new projects being built at the moment. One I will share very soon that is also doing the same, but then non-regulated, non-KYC. But nowadays, yeah, the adoption is becoming so big that there is every town we go or every country we visit, there is a area that drives the adoption a little bit bigger, and that we visit there, so it becomes a little bit more easy for us to spend our bitcoins, and then we contribute to building out that community bigger, and that's what we try to do. But I love buts. Okay, guys. Oh, we can't even reach 100 viewers today. Maybe I should be quiet. Maybe then a lot of viewers come in. Let's see what happens. Shit, no, people are dropping. Almost 100. I'm not frozen. I was being quiet because when I'm quiet, the views go up. I'm only 94 viewers. A nature show. Yeah, okay, I will talk. Talk. Don't own it. I own something Didi doesn't like, but I just want to take food out of the mouth of the. No, I think that I know what you own. If you say what I don't like, you probably own Ripple. Or whatever you do to support the industry, you need to do. For me, some currencies are too bank related or too trying involve banks into something they shouldn't be involved in and regulations. So that's why we don't support it. Keep move. Yeah, if I move, I need to move. Maybe I need to do really strange stuff. Then the views go up. Yes, exactly. Is if you use their money, that's really what I believe. Sorry, maybe you think he's just talking. No, I'm not talking the talk. I'm walking the walk. That's why I don't have their currency, and if I have them, it's very small, tiny amounts, because I just don't want to empower them to do what they are doing at the moment. Why would I have currency on a bank account where they're gonna see every transaction above 100 euros, put it in the database, and then this year Didi bought this one was higher than 100 euros. That one was higher than 100 euros. That one was higher. That one. Oh, that's always alcohol. Maybe it's an alcohol addict. Maybe we should lock him up. Yeah, whatever. Wow, we only have 101 viewers. That was like a very short minute. Um, No, Sunny D, I don't believe in having precious metals at all. I do believe value-wise that you could own precious metals, but again, my vision is flexibility is the new stability. I want to stay flexible. I want to be able to move as soon as I want without needing to take care of kilograms of metals or, you know, with bitcoins, they are on a ledger or on your phone. Uh, you can just leave. If at the moment they would force me to wear a face mask or be vaccinated to go into the restaurant in Portugal, I just take my 5 backpacks. I take my bitcoins. I leave to another country, and I go live a beautiful life over there. The moment I have a lot of metals and other properties, I all need to or liquidate them or sell them and then move. That takes me too long. I don't want to be depending on that. So that's why I don't do it. So I don't think it's not that it doesn't keep value. Like gold has shown, it keeps value. It doesn't increase your capital. It keeps it stable. If you look at gold in the last 13 years, $1 now is like $1.50 or 60. So yeah, it's pretty stable. But um, how do you stay flexible? I just want to be able to move. I just want to be able to move. I saw what they did in the last couple of years. I don't want to see that any more again. But if it happens, I'm able to move. Yes, exactly. You will become a chain in the government's search for criminals, and maybe Bitcoiners will be criminals in the future. Yeah, electric guitars. But you know, you can. It's like you can always have them, and you can carry two as a special luggage in the plane. So that's something else. Silver are not what I do with it. Yes, buy a little vault gold. Buy a digital vault gold bars. Yeah, but then do you really own those gold bars? Is it really yours? Is it like registered on the blockchain? Is it like a centralized custodial service that can also run away with your? It's like for me, it's I want to be my own bank. I don't want to use custodial services and all that shit. I have control. I want to have control. And if I lose it, I lost it. I'm not going to be depending on any centralized custodial service. Like even exchanges are that. Like, you know, you have a small amount of your capital on exchanges, not everything. Yes, the exchange can be the best exchange out there, but also they can have a hack or a failure or a mistake. So why would you keep your biggest amount of capital on that? You keep your biggest amount in your own safe or in your own wallet or your own whatever you call it. No, Bitcoin is not even used for legal activity. I think not even what they discovered for 1.4% is used in legal activity. I think 80% of fiat is used in illegal activity. So we have a long way to go to compete with fiat if it comes to illegal activity. Uh, Fiat is only used for legal transactions. Everything you do with fiat is illegal because it's stealing money. The money is being stolen from other people that pay taxes and you use it. So that's already theft over there. It's theft. Fiat is like tax is theft, fiat is tax, so debt is tax and fiat. So at the end, you're all thieves. You're all using stolen money. You're like, no, you're not thieves. You're like the in between person that transacts the money. So yeah, you're also a small because you knew it was stolen. It was stolen from somewhere in the world. I don't see smileys. I know for sure that people would be smiling at the moment, but how do you pay with Bitcoin? Yeah, Kaiko, I check one of the 300 videos I've been making last 6 years on how I pay with Bitcoin. I have a shitload of old videos that don't that don't have views, but they're the best videos with editing and all that shit. And that we just show that it's so simple to pay with bitcoins. We were already paying with bitcoins in the Lightning Network for years, guys, for years. And now we implemented it ourselves in the bar to show even better how simple it is. You know, kids of 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 years paid at our bar with Bitcoin Lightning. You know, so it's simple as that. It's not difficult. It's easier than money even. So we are at 53 minutes. Do I continue? Nah, maybe I should stop at 1 hour. Beautiful time. I hope you till now enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, then please do ask them. Um, should I do more of these lives, guys? I always doubt. I'm very doubtful when it comes to the quality that I produce in media. So I know that people love the prize videos, the edited videos, but if you love these lives, then show it by sharing these lives with your friends and family. Show it by commenting below the lives, because it does give me more, um, a more confident and more energy to make lives if people really like them. So that is what I want to ask you. That's the only thing that you could drop as a comment, for example, below the video. Your education has changed my whole world. Thank you for that, Lee Rushton. Hopefully, in a positive way. Um, no, I don't think that Bitcoin will ever be sold out and not available anymore. I do think it's a demand and offer, and I do think that miners and exchanges tend to hold their bitcoins at the moment more than they did before, so they don't sell off that quickly anymore. But as the moment demand is growing during the next halving and the next bull run again, um, also those miners and exchanges will be forced to sell off the bitcoins, a part of the bitcoins, to break even with the monthly cost they have. Just see the miners as a company and just see the exchanges as a big company. They have employees, they have electricity bills, they have rental agreements for buildings. So their monthly costs need to be paid. And when Bitcoin is at a certain level, then it's all easy. When Bitcoin drops, it's a little bit more difficult. So they feel pressure to sell bitcoins to even be able to pay their costs. They need more bitcoins to pay their costs. And with miners, every halving, they get less bitcoins as a reward every block. So when they earn less and the costs stay the same, the cost of bitcoin should be going up, because then at least they earn less bitcoins, but they are still making an equal amount of revenue. I hope you understand that. It's not that simple to explain. It is if you write it down for yourself. Just imagine that you sell bread for a living, and you have €1,000 monthly cost to produce bread, and you sell the bread for €1, and so the bread 1,000 breads will make you break even, but then you're able to make 1,000 breads a month. But what if it changes and you can only make 500 breads a month? So then the bread needs to be sold for €2 to make €1,000 to be break even. So that's what happens with Bitcoin mining and the halving. From the halving on, miners receive less Bitcoin daily, so those Bitcoins need to be more valuable to break even with the monthly cost, the overhead cost. That's also true. If everyone would adopt Bitcoin or any other form of cryptocurrency, then there will be less into central banks' digital currency. But in the end, you see what is happening at the moment in the world. That's the last thing I need to share. I think is like, we all grew up in the 90s where everything was possible and there were no limits on spending or loaning or creating debt. And in the 90s, and that was very easy. And the first year, like 2000 to 2010, it was still very easy. Everything was possible. What we see now, the last decade, is that it's slowly turning around. It's not that easy to get a loan for a house anymore. It's not that easy to get college because you need to make big debts to do college. Everything is becoming more expensive. The inflation is increasing. The interest is also increasing again. So it's becoming difficult and more difficult for people to live the lifestyle they have been living with the money that they have. In my opinion, they are funneled into becoming even more poor, and that will take all the way up to 2013. The whole master plan is built up to 2030. So the more we come close to 2030, I think the gap between poor and rich wants to be bigger. I think they want people to be more poor so that they are more dependent on their governments, on centralized institutions. And that's the power play they are playing. Let's just bankrupt everyone, buy a flu, buy a climate control, buy many other stuff. Shops are going bankrupt, bakeries are closing doors. All kinds of people need to now depend on government support. And the more that will happen, the more people will depend on government support all the way up to 2030, the more people depend on fear. They just need to do whatever that government says because they depend on them. If they don't listen, they won't get their monthly income. They won't get their their support funds. So they will be put in the position slowly where they completely depend on the government. That's what they want. And that's the moment the central bank's digital currencies will be growing in adoption, because the government will tell those people that are depending on the government, you can only depend on us when you use central bank digital currency. You're not allowed to use those dollars. You're not allowed to transact too much, but we will give you some central digital euros every month, but you need to use those. If you use others, you won't find any support from the government anymore. So then go find a job again. And that's how they slowly move the people in the direction they want, in my opinion. But maybe I'm too black and white when it comes to that in my vision on that. So I'm slowly going to walk home, and I'm going to keep talking so you get a little bit movement now. The documentary is going to be there's a lot of progress on the documentary. It's a lot of progress. There's a lot of people, very important people in the Netherlands, that is very interested in the documentary, that is supporting us now. Even some really big how do you call them again, producers that see the value of the documentary. So we are going to film another 5-6 months probably. They're also coming to film in Thailand, because that's where it all started as a Bitcoin family. That's where we went to live a minimalistic lifestyle, to hodl as much as possible Bitcoins. And they are coming there as well to film. So they are still filming with us, but it's becoming a little bit more professional now that some huge professional team is supporting it. That's so sad I can't say the name. So that's really cool. By now we already filmed 2 other documentaries. One is a Belgian one that is going to be live in December this year. It's spoken in Dutch, and the Belgian people speak Belgian, even some English. So that one is going to be live this year in December. It's a really cool one, that documentary. Then there is another one that I filmed with an American company, and that one is going to be live also this year or next year, January, February, I think they told me. And then the own hardcore huge documentary of the biggest streaming platform of the world. That one will be going probably live around the halving or just before the halving, because that's a good timing to get people involved. And yeah, there's some huge steps being made. I can't share them yet. That's very sad, but a big team is going behind it now. And yeah, I think that will be a real high quality documentary that shows people not only the power of Bitcoin, but also the power of a mindset and the power of family life, and how to think different about life and how to live that life different. So it's going to be really cool. Where are we at the moment? In Thailand, we will start probably in Phuket, as the whole community that I work with, the crypto community, they are all based in Phuket. Probably we will also go to Koh Phangan, of course, to visit friends. We have been there so many times that we have a lot of friends over there. So we don't know. We booked flights to Bangkok, and that's the only thing we booked. And from there, we will take a look. Oh no, I rented also a house, paid it with Bitcoin in Phuket. So that is also really cool. Phuket, we have a beautiful house in a beautiful area where there's a lot of crypto projects and people. So that's why we go there. And for the rest, the next couple of days, I think we get a visit from our parents-in-law and my parents-in-law, the mother of Romain and her stepdad. They are coming here, and yeah, just chilling. We are cleaning the beach bar a little bit, you know, less beach beds now because it's lower season, so reducing the capacity. Of course, we do Bam Bam Friday every Friday still, so this Friday also a Bam Bam Friday. Yeah, and that's it. Just living life, and then up to the next adventure. So guys, that was everything for today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I wish you an amazing Wednesday. I hope it's really sunny at your place as well. I'm going to go to the beach now, drink a coffee with Jim, and let's see what comes next today. Wish you an amazing day. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family, of course. Gotcha, don't ruin Didi's days. Nobody can ruin my day as long as I can breathe. And enjoy the sun, guys. Have a beautiful day. Ciao, ciao.